Hey everybody, this is Dave with SpinnerX Studios and welcome to my channel and welcome to another unslabbing video. Yes, we are going to unslab and take this House of Mystery number 138 out of its confines. Published in 1963, this book was graded, as you can see, as a 7.5 from CBCS. So why do I want to unslab this? Well, there's a few reasons. First of all, I just prefer my books unslabbed. And you know, if I have a book at an expensive key that's worth, I don't know what the cutoff would be, but a few $100s or more, it's difficult to unslab a book like that because it does potentially destroy value. But on a book like this, this book never, in my opinion at least, never had any business of being slabbed. I'd be curious to talk to the person who slabbed it and see what their thinking was. Some people just like slab books. I guess that's fine. But this book, is worth well under $100. I bought it for well under $100. At a 7.5 grade, the grade simply is not high enough to, in my opinion, warrant slabbing from an economic standpoint. What's more, there's nothing really special about the book. It's not, like a first appearance of a special character or anything like that. And it's not a rare book either. It is from the early 60s, but nonetheless not rare. So, for those reasons, books like this, I like to unslab it when I think that there'll be little to no economic loss in doing so. All right, so I don't know if I've ever done a CBCS case, but I don't know if you can see this, but they've got kind of a locking mechanism on each corner. And so what I've done is I took my implement of destruction here and I kind of tapped it into the mechanism, in the locking mechanism, got my screwdriver under there, and then from the top, since I got a lot of room to work with without damaging the comic book, and was able to tap off the top here, so hopefully it'll be a lot easier to open up now. Voila! We got it out. Of course, I will cut the label out here and put it behind the backing board of the Mylar that I'm going to put this in. But let me clear off some of my implements of destruction here. And let's take a look at this book. Okay, why did I buy this book? I thought the creature was really interesting. If you look at his portrait there, tell me if he does not look like a cross between Frankenstein and Spock. Look at the ears, kind of the pointed Spock-like ears, and then his head and facial features kind of have that Frankenstein look, especially the top of his head that's black hair and pretty flat looking. But anyway, let's open up this book for the first time in well, I don't know how long. Okay, here is the book opened to its splash page. And by the way, CBCS, let me see if I can get this in here, has graded the page quality off-white to white. I don't know, there's a little bit of kind of a tanning along the edges here. I'm not sure that I would say more certainly off-white to cream myself, but here we have, you know, basic art and panel construction. It's pretty typical of this era in the early 60s. I've moved away from just the 9 panels per page that you used to see in the Golden Age and different size panels. And here's kind of a cool sequence here. And I always like these house ads. Here's what they were advertising. Let's see, a Flash comic book. This would have been August of 1963. This is available August 15th. Okay, here we come to another story, and this is kind of an interesting character. It kind of reminds me of Dane Whitman, the Black Knight from Marvel. Yeah, look at that shot. That's you know, there's that Avengers cover. I can't recall. It's, I think, in the 50s or 60s issue-wise, where his first appearance, and that sure looks like, kind of like that Avengers cover. Whoa! Now this is kind of interesting. Usually you see these microchamber papers, but here they have, this is kind of like a mylar piece. I've never seen anything like this, but you know, this may be my first CBCS case that I've cracked open. If anybody's familiar with CBCS, let me know in the comments section. I'm not quite sure why they had that in here, other maybe for stability reasons. This is first time I think I've ever seen anything like that. All right, here we go. Here's the creature from the cover. It's interesting that they didn't start out with this story. But you can see he's quite tall. And like I said, take a look at that, those facial structures. Just sure looks like a mixture of Spock and Frankenstein. Typical monster rampaging through town there. Here he's grabbed a couple poor souls. Now look at this guy. He's got him roped and going to try to pull him into the fire there. All right. Here's the complete space game, 196 pieces, only for $1.98. And your typical 100 toy soldiers. I can tell you, I played with these green plastic toy soldiers when I was a kid. I'd put them up in my sandbox, and then I'd go about 15-20 yards away and lob rocks at them, pretend like they were mortars. This is, for you younger people, this is what we older people, when we were kids back in the 60s, did for fun. We didn't have any video games or anything like that, or internet. All right, and then there's the back cover, and of course the Revolutionary War soldiers for only $1.98 again. Okay, well there is House of Mystery, number 138. freed at last from its slab. So I hope you enjoyed taking a peek at this comic book, and we'll talk to you later. Take care.